The second season begins with Princess Yuri of Jahad speaking with a pink-haired girl. The girl congratulates Yuri on obtaining the Green April. Yuri dismisses this and asks her to look for Bomb. The pink-haired girl assumes he's dead, but Yuri insists he won't die easily because he earned her respect. Meanwhile, at the 20th floor of the tower, it's explained that the regulars need to achieve E rank or they can't climb higher. A girl runs and stumbles upon a blonde guy who helps her up. Inside the exam, the same guy announces that he'll become king of the tower, but a girl burns him, causing him to fail the exam. Later, while the man takes a shower, a few people invade his property. They tell him they're there to collect their money. It turns out the blonde guy dealt with loan sharks to pay the entry exam fee. They threaten him and give him one more chance, making him sign papers to give up all his organs if he fails to pay by tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Then the girl from earlier shows up with ramen. The loan shark pays the fee and leaves. The blonde-haired guy and the girl sit to eat, and he reveals that one day he'll climb the tower and build her a huge ramen shop. Later, he goes to take the exam and waits for his turn in the elevator. When the door opens, he readies himself to attack, but is surprised to see a long-haired man has taken out everyone. He gets scared and thinks he should try to befriend him. The guy ignores him but doesn't attack. They sit next to each other and wait for the next competitors. The first is a huge man who joins them and sits down. Then a little girl joins and another person named Goseng, whom the girl immediately hugs. Frustrated, the blonde guy scolds the girl for being too friendly and tells her to watch out for herself, as it is dangerous. This makes her cry, and she reveals she wants to climb the tower to save her parents. Everyone gets angry. Lastly, a man joins and immediately praises everyone for preserving their strength for the later stages. He suggests they vote out the lady and the girl, and asks who agrees. The blonde-haired man agrees, but later says they should vote him out instead. The woman and girl both agree. But the mysterious long-haired man cuts them off, telling them it's not necessary, and that all of them will be out. The white-haired man takes out a large staff and threatens the mysterious man, but he sends an air beam at him. An intense fight begins, with everyone launching attacks at the mysterious man. The white-haired guy then attacks the large man, claiming it was a mistake. Frustrated, the large man launches at him, but the long-haired, mysterious man interrupts with an explosion. They make a plan where the big guy tries to immobilize the mysterious man while the others launch attacks. However, their plan fails as the mysterious man proves too strong. Desperate, the blonde-haired man sees only 20 seconds left on the timer, and they start running away. Suddenly, the mysterious man reveals himself to be a grown-up Bomb. He recalls his time in the tower, and as he lets his guard down, the blonde-haired man throws grenades at him, causing him to fall to the ground. However, with some mysterious power, Bomb heals himself. As he gets back on his feet, he tries to attack the blonde-haired man, but stops the moment the timer hits 0. Bomb then walks towards the elevator, leaving the group behind. The group is the first to pass the first test and now awaits the results of the regulars. The girl gives the chocolate bar to everyone and notices Bomb sitting alone. She approaches him and gives him a bar, which he accepts. Goseng scolds her for doing something so dangerous. As the regulars start coming in, the blonde-haired guy notices many familiar faces, such as the flamethrower girl from the Yeon family, one of the 10 greatest families, and the loan shark, Kim Lurker. He asks Kim what he's doing here, and Kim tells him he'll be taking the test. Kim reveals that the son of his company's president has rigged the test for his son, saying he's hired a group of mercenaries to protect him. The most dangerous of these are the devil of the right arm, rumored to have beaten Hots, and the flamethrower herself, who failed the test last time and borrowed money from the loan shark to take the test again. Then, a ranker named Proctor Love arrives and reveals that the next test is a strength test. The blonde-haired guy, whose name is revealed to be Wang Nan, punches the orb and ranks 10th. He loses all hope when he realizes only 8 can pass and starts crying because he'll lose all his organs. The next person to take the test is Kong Horiang, who scores 6,350 and hits the first rank. Next is Rob Devil, who scores 1,198 and takes the first rank from Kong. Then Yiwa tries but accidentally falls and hits her head on the orb. Everyone laughs but is surprised when she scores 22,384 and takes the first rank. Then it's Prince's turn. He takes the test with the help of others and scores 25,521. Lastly, Bomb arrives and scores 134,769, shocking everyone. The ranker then reveals that Bomb has to choose the rest of the 7 competitors. This makes Wang Nan scream and introduce himself, stating his motive to end the era of the 10 families. Later, the bald guy joins, revealing that his motive for climbing the tower is to find his daughter. Kong then joins, saying that his motive is to find someone, quote-unquote. Lastly, the little girl jumps over and hugs Bomb, telling him that her motive is to find her parents. Out of nowhere, Yiwa approaches and tells Bomb that he should only choose people who are strong enough to compete. But Wang Nan interrupts, saying she'll betray him as she did in the previous test. Then, Bomb declares that he chooses no one. But the ranker tells him that it isn't possible because the next round demands a team. Bomb reveals his name to be Jue Viola Grace, and that he's a Fug player candidate, part of an organization that opposes Jahad. He reveals that his mission is to kill the king of Jahad and his family. To resolve this, the ranker suggests they play a game. If Bomb wins, he'll be able to go on his own, but if he loses, he'll have to abide by the rules, and he dismisses everyone. Later on at the locker rooms, Wang Nan is delighted to see Nia as his roommate, and soon after, Yiwa sees Bomb as hers, whom she mistakes for being a girl. Later at the locker room, we see Bomb returning Wang Nan's ring and reveals that he should be careful, as it is something precious to him. The director warns Love not to prioritize personal grudges over the test, but Love defies him, prompting a rebuke from the director. Later, Kong, Han, and Wang Nan are en route to play card games when they encounter the woman they met earlier trying to offer Saki some candy. Han scolds her and she starts crying. The woman reveals that she runs an orphanage. Soon, Gosang joins them, and they're all engaged in card games. Later that night, as they prepare to sleep, Love calls all the participants on their phones and announces the commencement of the next games. He instructs the players to use the remote to select a leader and a gatekeeper for each room. Leaders must recruit fellows or steal rooms, and any additional teammates in rooms captured by fellows are transferred to the leader. Gatekeepers can only own rooms, and rooms can only be taken from gatekeepers. Leaders can transfer their own fellows and point out other gatekeepers. However, leaders cannot become gatekeepers themselves. Love instructs everyone to connect the valid slots to start the games. The director adds that one member of the team must be in a room at all times. The 6th room that they must acquire is room 608. The team that acquires 6 rooms and 7 members wins. Love tells Fug that he has his connector, and if Fug takes the connector from Yiwa, he wins. Fug also wins if less than 7 people form a team. Gosang instructs Saki to never leave the room. Prince asks Rob Devil if they should attack Fug. Yiwa blocks Prince's way and tries to prevent him from leaving the room, but Prince freezes her. The moment Fug tries to open the door, Prince blocks him and freezes him as well. The fat woman is walking around. Han and Kong agree that Han should become the leader, and Han leaves. He heads directly for Saki's room and panics, thinking she's in trouble. When Saki replies, Han is relieved. He asks why she wants to climb the tower, and she reveals that it's because her parents told her if you climb the tower, you become a more respectable person. Han says the same. Then the fat woman appears and asks if Han is there for the girl too. As soon as she asks Han to team up and gang up on the girl, he attacks her. Wang Nan and his roommate are hiding in their room when Go Sang enters. They end up teaming up. Meanwhile, Prince is still looking for Fug, while Lurker approaches him and tells him that Rob Devil is dead. The group reunites, and Han tells them that Fug is after the test administrator, which Wang Nan labels as stupid. Back in Prince's room, Prince looks down at Rob Devil alongside Lurker. He assumes it was Fug's doing. Suddenly, they're approached by two more competitors. Meanwhile, Fug has found the ranker Love and challenges him to a game where he must catch the connector in either glove. Love has 3 chances, and if he fails in 3 attempts, he'll be disqualified. However, if he gives up before he's out of attempts, he'll be obliged to abide by the rules and choose a team. Love warns Fug that he may end up killing him, quote-unquote, by accident. The test begins, and Ranker Love launches the connector. Fug freezes it, and it's called a foul. Love jumps and dodges Fug's freeze attempt and then launches a strong punch at Fug that sends him flying across the pool. Love approaches Bomb and asks why he joined Fug. Bomb replies that it's because he needs to see someone. Meanwhile, Prince forms another team and they head towards Yiwa's room. One of the monsters takes Yiwa as a hostage. Prince returns to his room, and as soon as he takes out his remote, Rob Devil attacks him. Rob Devil reveals that this is all a setup planned by Lurker. Meanwhile, the protagonists are celebrating because they only have the final room left to acquire. However, Lurker interrupts them and announces that they're in his room, holding Nia hostage. Nia apologizes and reveals that she was lying. She explains that she had to protect an old woman who took her in back on the 20th floor and that Lurker had her in debt. Nia starts crying, apologizing to Wang Nan for betraying him. Lurker then announces to Nia that he can't really erase her debt. This enrages Nia, but Lurker coldly kills her. He tells the protagonist that they already have 7 members, leaving only Yiwa's room, which is already in their grasp. This prompts the protagonist to devise a plan. Wang Nan starts running. Meanwhile, Ranker Love tells Bomb that he has 1 round left and fires it. In an instant, Bomb freezes him. Just as the Ranker is about to pick up the remote, Wang Nan appears and throws a bomb at the remote, sending it flying towards Bomb. Wang Nan makes a deal with Viola. Ranker Love warns Wang Nan that if he gives the remote to Viola, he'll fail the test. Wang Nan replies that it's better than Lurker winning. Meanwhile, Prince is still alive in his room and Lurker starts making fun of him. Out of nowhere, Kong appears and rushes at Lurker, sending his teammate flying. However, Lurker asks Yeon to use her flames and burn Kong. Suddenly, Viola appears and freezes them. He launches himself at Yeon and takes out the monster from her mouth. Lurker is surprised. Just as Rob Devil is about to capture the room, Prince illuminates the room and blinds Rob Devil. Later, Kong enters the room and beats Rob Devil to death. Kong looks over at Prince and asks him for the remote, which Prince immediately gives to him. I would too, buddy. Meanwhile, Wang Nan finds Lurker and punches him, demanding to know why he did what he did. Lurker explains that he once borrowed money from his boss and had to climb the tower to pay his debt. He started working as a loan shark, but one day his boss summoned him and asked him to help his son climb the tower. Lurker found it laughable that a con artist could feel love for his son. He tells Wang Nan that people will die anyway and that it doesn't matter if they do as long as he climbs the tower. This makes Wang Nan angry, but he regains his composure and decides to forgive Lurker. This in turn angers Lurker. It would anger me as well, buddy, who believes he is not someone to be forgiven. Wang Nan tells Lurker that he will climb the tower and change everything. The group is then announced as the winners. Ranker Love apologizes to the test director for how things ended up. The director tells Love that if he's sorry, he just needs to buy them chicken. In an interesting turn of events, it is revealed that the test director's name is Augustus and that he works with Fug. Later, Bomb approaches Wang Nan and asks him why he forgave Lurker. Wang Nan explains that it's because he wants to forgive himself as well. He acknowledges that it is highly likely he'll have to kill people to climb the tower, but he aims to change everything and make the world a place where everyone can laugh. Wang Nan offers his companionship to Bomb. In a flashback scene, a young Bomb speaks to Endorsi. Later, we see him talking with Kun, thanking him for being there for him. Back in the present, Kun hears rumors about a Slayer candidate entering the 20th floor. Suddenly, a man named Eden Dan appears as a speeder. It's revealed that due to his talent, many have attempted to recruit him, but failed. So, Kun challenges him to a bet. If Eden beats him, they'll join Kun's team. If he loses, he'll give Kun a large suspendium. Eden accepts the challenge. Kun informs him that he has hired the entire restaurant, and everyone present is a regular, implying that he planned this all along. However, as they were speaking, Eden flips the table and grabs the diamond, making a run for the exit. He's surprised to find the exit blocked, however. Just as he thinks he's won, Eden rams past the obstacle and back into the lounge. As he heads towards the exit again, the waiter suddenly shoots him with a tranquilizer gun, and Kun picks up his diamond. Suddenly, Eden wakes up. The man standing before him reveals himself to be Novik. He explains the entire situation to Eden and welcomes him to the team. Novik then tells him that he'll introduce him to the other team members. Then Eden asks about Kun's motivations to climb the tower, to which he says that he's determined to take Rachel to the top of the tower, and warns him to not talk about Rachel, otherwise he'll lose a finger. Meanwhile, Rachel is claiming that she has been dreaming of Bomb again. Yeah, you got some guilt there, Rachel? But Kun asks her to forget him, and that he wouldn't want to see her cry. Eden meets the team, which consists of the scout, Apple, Michael the missionary, their doctor and wave controller, and Guestang, the spear bearer and chef, who joined the team because he could meet Princess Endorsi. And finally, Ron the fisherman. Upon hearing Princess Endorsi's name, Eden is surprised, and he tells him that she and Kun are practically allies. Novik reveals that they'll all be fighting to determine who's strongest among them. In the meantime, Kun leaves the room, and Rachel reveals her true face again. Meanwhile, Kun appears to be talking to someone, and it is revealed that he knows that Rachel killed Bomb. In a flashback, we see Kun speaking to Shibisu about how he believes that Rachel did, in fact, kill Bomb, and that this was revealed by Lero Rowe, the test administrator, revealing that there was nothing wrong with her legs and that he has hired a secret doctor to diagnose her, and that she's been lying. He thinks that something between Rachel and the test director happened, which is why she did what she did. And he asks Shibisu to keep it a secret, because it was Bomb's death that made them a team, and that he wouldn't want to lose that. And he requested Shibisu to lead the others and keep climbing the tower, and said that he and Rachel will form a new team. Back to the present. The fight is about to begin, and 3 people already surrendered, and Eden is immediately beaten down, and only Novik and Ron are left. Novik launches an attack, but Ron dodges and launches an attack of his own, which destroys him. Later that afternoon, the whole team is revealed to be wearing different t-shirts that reveal their pecking order. Oh, basic. He lets them know that they'll be climbing the tower and becoming the leader of the Kun family, and that he needs power for that. He also promises them that once he becomes head of the family, he'll be giving them all they desire. However, they must act as a barrier for Rachel. And he tells them that they shouldn't even develop affection for Rachel so they can turn their back against her once they get the chance. In the meantime, Wang Nan and Han are eating, and Yiwa asks where Fug went, to which they tell her that he went to meet someone, and so she leaves looking for him. She heard some noise going on in the karaoke store and went to investigate, and finds a thug pretending to be Viol. Ryun keeps on calling him pig, and as soon as he's about to attack her, he's sent flying by Viol.